What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So I've been getting a lot of questions regarding gas prices, regarding gas shortages, diesel shortages, fuel in general. What is happening? What should we be expecting for 2023? And can you please answer one question? Why do people keep saying there are shortages when there are no shortages? Well, let me answer those questions. First off, are we going to see oil refineries, shut down? This is a question that I want to address because the answer is yes. Oil refineries are going to shut down, not permanently, but temporarily. Here's the reason why. During this previous winter storm that we just went through over Christmas, that impacted many refineries. Buildings were damaged. Equipment was damaged, and because of that, the refinery has to go in, they have to fix the buildings, fix the equipment, and then they can start operating back at whatever capacity they were running at. Here's the problem, and this is why some are saying there are still shortages, because there are. Right now, what we have is we have an increased amount of demand, but our supply has been staying fairly low. Now, here's what I can tell you. We are not expecting to see supply just all out increase in the near future. That's not what we're expecting. What oil refineries are doing, and again, they can do this all they want, oil companies can do this, if they produce less, but yet it costs the American people the same amount, guess what? They're making a set amount. Let's say they're making they're 100% profit, right? They're making whatever they need for that year, but they're producing less. Guess what? If demand stays high and they start producing more, guess what happens? The price drops. So they might not be making as much money. So guess what? These refineries, they don't want to run at 100% capacity. They don't want to run and just, put out so much supply because it's going to bring the prices down. That's one of the issues. So, are there shortages? Yes, there are shortages. Here's the other thing. And this is going to impact people in the Colorado area, right around Denver. But Suncor, they're a company out of Colorado. They are going to be shutting their refinery operations. They're going to shut this down for months. Okay? This isn't going to just be a couple day thing. They're going to shut down for months to fix the damage caused by this recent winter storm. Again, this is something that we are going to see. And according to multiple reports, that the refineries are now going through and kind of evaluating the damage, determining if they should shut down or should they continue to stay open. So, as refineries do shut down, and it will be temporary, even if it's for just a couple of days, if the refinery produces, 100,000 barrels of oil per day, well, guess what? We lose 100,000 barrels of oil per day. All right? So, here's something else I want to touch on. Are there shortages more on one part or one area of the country versus others? The answer is yes. The shortages are mainly coming from the East Coast, not the West Coast. Okay? It's coming from the East. That is a big issue. So a lot of the people that comment and say, I'm not seeing any shortages. What are you talking about? There's no shortages here. Well, there are, but you might not be seeing them in your specific area. For instance, whenever I'm driving around or whatever, a lot of times if I go to, for example, like Bellevue, Washington, I don't see a lot of shortages. I just don't. But in downtown Seattle, I see there's many cases, really just in Seattle area in general. I see a lot of times where there's stations with bags over the handles because they don't have any fuel. But I also want to read you some comments, okay? And the reason I want to read you these comments is because it does shed some light as to what is happening. But here's one thing that one viewer had to say just a few days ago. And they say, up until a few weeks ago, I thought I was very lucky. Where I lived, there has never been a time when we didn't have fuel. There was never even a time when pumps were down. I felt very fortunate over this. But that all changed when the winter storm hit. We didn't just lose some pumps, we lost all pumps. No new shipments of fuel came in, and it wasn't until December 30th that we got anything. So 5 days without any fuel deliveries, and this did cause a shortage. Yeah, it will. If you don't have consistent deliveries, the station is going to see a shortage. The station is going to have a delay in their delivery, and guess what? No fuel. What do you think that means? There's a shortage. Yeah, there's a shortage. I don't remember any time in my past 30 some years of life where I've seen so many gas stations simply put the covers over the handles on the pumps simply because they don't have anything. And even a Safeway here in Washington State, they don't even put the covers on the pumps. You know what they do? They just wrap the entire gas station with tape, caution tape. They're closed down. That's it. Sorry. That's what they do. It's crazy. Now, one other community member had this to say. Adam, I think it is comical that some comments here say that they have never had to worry about fuel shortages because it just isn't true. There are no shortages. My husband used to say this as well. And then this morning we went to put fuel in his truck and he was complaining because there were only 2 open pumps at the station. The other 8 pumps all had bags on the pumps. My husband was curious, wondering why would they do this. So we went to ask the gas station attendant, who told him, this is one way we can limit how quickly we sell our fuel. And when he asked her why they would even do this, it doesn't make sense. She replied, we won't get another delivery for 6 days. And if we don't cover the pumps, people will continue to buy. We will sell out within just 2 days. So, gas stations are covering the pumps so that they don't sell as quickly. That's why. Guess what? That means there's a shortage. There's more of a shortage right now. We got an issue with diesel. Okay, we have a major issue with diesel, but there's still an issue with gas. There's a shortage there. Refineries are gonna shut down, and I've been looking at some of the different talks and discussions. Refineries are saying that there's a possibility they shut down. Others are saying that we will shut down for from this date to this date, and I could give you a huge long list of the refineries that are considering this here in the United States, but I'm not going to do that. One thing I can tell you is that there's still a lot of problems. Just because we are now in 2023 doesn't mean these problems haven't went away. It's a different year. Different year, same problems, same solutions. We don't have much. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates again. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.